We splurged on a chimenea. That's right. Here it is. Some assembly is required. So, it's a cold week. I think we're gonna put this thing to use right away. Can't wait. Okay, we are assembled and we are starting the burn-in process. I hope our fire starter takes off because we have to ignite the pellets. So, we'll see. Oh my gosh, it is so cold outside. I am sitting out here babysitting the chimenea while it finishes burning in. We're almost out of pellets, so that should be done soon. And while I'm doing that, I am reading 20 Years Later by Charlie Donnelly. And this is the back cover. Avery Mason, host of American Events, knows how to grab a TV audience's attention. Her latest story, a murder mystery laced with kinky sex, tragedy, and betrayal, is guaranteed ratings gold. New DNA technology has allowed the New York Medical Examiner's Office to make its first successful identification of a 9/11 victim in years, but there's a twist. The victim, Victoria Ford, has been accused of the gruesome murder of her married lover. In a chilling last phone call to her sister Emma, Victoria begged her to prove her innocence. By now, Emma has waited 20 years to clear Victoria's name. Alone, she's had no luck, but she's convinced that Avery's connections and fame will help. Avery, aiming for a more lucrative network contract, goes into investigative overdrive. Victoria had been having an affair with a successful novelist found hanging from the balcony of his Catskills mansion. The entire crime scene was covered in Victoria's DNA, but Victoria's private life belies a much darker mystery. And Avery doesn't realize there are other players in the game who are interested in Avery's own secret past, a secret she thought was dead and buried. So I've read this much. So far, it is pretty good. I am enjoying the writing. It's easy to get into. Looking forward to doing some more of it. And that is all I have for today. We put together the chimenea. We're burning it in. And hopefully it doesn't get any colder than this because it's 49 degrees. The heat in the RV is kicking on, I swear, like every 10 minutes. And we only have it set at 70. But it's a fluid night for the cat, so I'm going to be reading. I think it's going to just be pretty chill, and I will see you tomorrow. Well, I just got out of the shower. I am going to dinner in a couple of hours with some ladies, and we have been doing this once a month for years and years and years. So I'm looking forward to being back and my first girls' dinner. They have a great menu. It's a little bistro, so I will show you what I get. Kirk is off to fill a propane tank. It has been very cold and our heat has been just kicking on all the time. So we want to make sure that we are all set with propane. We try and have one full tank at the ready at all times. So as soon as one is empty and the other kicks onto the other one, we go and fill the one that has just emptied out. So that's our rule of thumb. If you're an RVer, what's your rule of thumb for propane refill? I'm curious. I think a lot of people, though, do the keep a full tank in reserve kind of mentality, but not sure. I'm going to read for a little bit before I get too cold out here. I'm about halfway through 20 Years Later, and it is pretty darn good. So I'm gonna read, and I will see you after dinner. Girls' dinner was great. It was so wonderful to see everyone. It was like time had not passed at all. The food was delicious. I have some snapshots of everything that we got and shared. Just wonderful. So I'm looking forward to the rest of our monthly dinners and maybe a few in between things, because every one of them is special in a different way. And it will be nice to just be together and catch up individually, because when we're all together and it's only once a month, everybody has news to share, and you just wish that 2 hours could stretch into 4 or 4 into 6. So I'm definitely looking forward and hoping for some individual time with them, and of course our group dinners. So that's the update on dinner. I have my book, I have a cigar, and I have the chimenea going. So I'm gonna hang out on the porch for a little while and just relax. Kirk is in a work meeting, so yeah, I'm just chilling. And this book is really, really good, so looking forward to getting back into that. Well, we're doing a little improvement project. Right around this tree is where we keep our wood pile, and it really only gets mossy here. So we bought some paving stones and some mulch at Lowe's, and we've made a little area around the tree. And hopefully it will stay nice. It may need some maintenance. We put some newspaper down under the mulch, but this is what it looks like now. We're not quite finished. We moved our bird feeder away from our neighbor's camper and into this little area, and eventually we will move the woodpile back. But yeah, I think it looks very nice, and I know that mulch can combust, so I'll probably have to water this, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm having leftover flatbread from last night as a snack, and I am excited because it was delicious then, and I know it's going to be delicious now. Okay, I just finished reading 20 Years Later. It was so good. The twist at the end, well, really 2 twists at the end, were so well woven into the story. I did not see them coming at all. So it's by Charlie Donnelly, and it's called 20 Years Later, and I highly recommend it. So I'll tell you what I'm reading next as I dive into my book pile and make a decision. Hi there, Deb here. We are up at the rehab center that Kirk's dad was in. Kirk is visiting the gentleman that Carl had breakfast with every day. On our way here, we stopped at the Amish market and we picked up a few things, so I thought I'd show you those while he's inside. First of all, we got a flat of sun pations that we're going to put in the area that we just mulched around the tree. I'll give you a better shot of those once those are in place. We also got Thomas some chocolate chip cookies, which I hope he enjoys. We got ourselves a few peanut butter cookies. We picked up some grilling dust. Some seasoned salt. Some smoky horseradish sauce. And some New York State maple syrup that we're going to send off to some friends. So that was our haul from Yoder's. It was $52.07. The plants were $18. It was $18 for a flat or $3 a pot. So we just went ahead and got the flat. They're gorgeous. I cannot wait to get some color in that area. It's going to look so pretty. For the rest of the day, our plan is to have lunch, probably at Direct Subs. We have to go to Dollar General and pick up like some aluminum trays because we're going to do either ribs or chicken wings for Memorial Day on the smoker. And just some odds and ends, some paper bowls for the cat food, things like that. I'll show you when we get home, but that's where we are for now. See you later. Oh, we got one other thing at Yoder's I forgot to tell you about. We got a loaf of bread. It is going to be so good. We had pork and sauerkraut that I made in the crock pot the other day, so I'm just going to kind of use that bread with lots of butter to sop up the like juice, the broth, and that's what we're having for supper tonight. And that's it. I forgot the bread, but I had to show it to you because it's so gorgeous, and it was still kind of warm when we picked it up. Yum. Anyway, I'm ready for lunch. I don't know which is going to be first, Dollar General or lunch, but it doesn't much matter. They're pretty close to one another. And then I'll let you know what else we get up to. Okay, I'm going to end this vlog here. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions about what it's like being a full-time RVer, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. Alright, I'll see you next week. Bye!